Hey there, guys, and welcome back to the Two Players Podcast. Today is the E3 edition of the podcast, so we have a lot to talk about. There was a lot of games announced, and we're going to discuss what we have found during the press conference. Interesting. So first up, we are going to talk about LEGO Dimensions, the E3 trailer. The reason we are talking about this is because the trailer showed Adventure Time and Sonic.
Yep.
And that is interesting, I would say, because I don't think that there are Lego sets of these two characters yet. So
yeah, I don't think there are.
Yeah, it's weird on how they actually got these properties to join, and like Sonic the Hedgehog, like that's like weird, So, am I excited to go and play this? I don't think so. I don't even think that these two franchises are enough for me to even buy it, to be honest. So, what do you think, Damian?
Yeah, I'm still not gonna buy it because this is where there's like the Skylanders thing, right? Where you buy figures and crap. Yeah, I'm still not a fan of those. But
I might buy like the figure set maybe. But like,
oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, if it looks cool, like if the Adventure Time one looks cool, I'll probably buy it. But these playset game things cost way too much to actually to do anything
even,
with.
Start up and playing it.
Yeah, like Disney Infinity, pay so much money
close to $100 for a starter set, maybe. I'm not sure.
Screw that. But I do think it's cool that they have a lot of properties that it could work with since it's Lego, so they have a bunch of things to go work with. So that's cool.
So we'll just see what else they have maybe down the road.
All right, so the Batman Telltale game finally got announced. We have official pictures and stuff, and Troy Baker's Batman, which is weird.
Yeah.
They're also using a new engine, as we can see right here. It looks way better than what they were using before. I'm glad that they finally stepped up the engine because I was getting really sick of their old one. The fight scenes always look awkward, and
the old one was really outdated. So
yeah,
I'm glad that they're stepping up their game, and really I'm excited for this because we get to go and see a story-driven Batman game, like only story. It's not like the Arkham series. I mean, like they were sort of story-driven, I guess, but this one's just like solely about Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Yeah. I do think that's cool. I should play the Arkham games, like I should, but
yeah, I'm pretty excited because Telltales have always done a great job with most of the things that they've worked with. It was first The Walking Dead, and then they did Borderlands and Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that game was great.
And I heard that most of them were pretty good, and like the cast for this game is pretty good. Like you said earlier, Troy Baker from The Last of Us as Bruce Wayne, Laura Bailey as Selena Kyle, which I believe is Catwoman, and then Travis Willingham from Ratchet and Clank as Harvey Dent.
Yeah, that was some good voice actors there.
Yeah, this is a pretty good cast, I guess, we have here. So, and also, I believe, what's it called? Sully from Uncharted 4 is in this game as well. I forget who. Should be Carmen, maybe? I'm not sure, but yeah, the cast for this game looks pretty good. I'm just waiting to go and see, some official gameplay. Maybe I'm going to see exactly how the new engine looks and how everything will work out. That's just what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
Another thing Telltale showed off was the season 3 of The Walking Dead trailer. It's Clementine again with this guy. I forget his name, but once again, Clementine is back, and she's a lot older.
Yeah.
Maybe maximum 5 more years, maybe.
How old was she in the second one? Wait,
I don't even know.
How long was the first one to the second one? Like, what was the time gap?
I actually don't know, but it had to have been some time, maybe like a year or two.
Okay.
Because I don't think it would have been that long.
Yeah, but this one she's a lot older.
Yeah, she looks like maybe 18, But I don't know. I'm just waiting for it to come out just so I could play it, because Telltale's, when they announce something, I'm like, all right, that's cool, but I just want to play it,
Yeah.
Because that's what most of their games is about. You play, you experience the story and everything. So I just want to see how this will maybe conclude. Maybe this will be the last season with Clementine. We don't know. So I'm just waiting to go and see what else we will get within this season 3 of the Walking Dead.
Yeah, I still need to play the second season because the first season was really good. I heard the second season was all right, It had more problems, but I heard it was still
Um,
good.
I would argue that. I would say it was just as good as the first season, maybe slightly better. I don't
Okay.
know. It was because some of the twists really got me, you know. So now we're gonna move on to EA
Uh,
and the first game, Damian, if you want to present it.
Titanfalls 2 is coming out October 28th. They really showed off the single player. I didn't really see too much. I mean, I think you and me both didn't see this press conference, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
the only press conferences I watched like fully was Ubisoft, half of Microsoft, maybe like 3/4 of Microsoft because I fell asleep.
Good
All
job.
of Sony, and then Nintendo though didn't really have a press conference. They were just doing their live stream stuff.
Okay.
So I did not watch EA. I did watch some of Bethesda actually, but not all of it because it was really late at night. But yeah, we did not watch EA at all, but looked up some things, and here are some of the things that I want to talk about. So Titanfall 2, the first one, it looked like it was gonna be really good because it was from the same people that did Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4, but the problem was that it lacked content, so like a lot of the players didn't stay on that long, and this game looks like it'll be better. I hope it is better. Like that's what I could say for all of these EA games that we're gonna talk about. I hope it is a good game because EA doesn't really have that great of a track record. If you know what I'm saying.
I really do like the concept of Titanfall with the whole robots and the mechs and stuff.
Yeah, it's like mechs and robots and then soldiers.
But
It's
if they
all
could
like
sustain this game, unlike the first one, I think it would be better. Because I know when this game came out and evolved, like all these online games, multiplayer only games, a lot of people were starting to lose trust in it until like Overwatch came around and like showed that under a good developer, these games could be well done.
and time.
And time, yes. So I think EA kind of like scarred a lot of people with that. So hopefully they could redeem themselves with this game. They showed single player, which actually looks more involved than the first game, because I think the first game was basically just like objectives from multiplayer, just with some like story bits in it. It wasn't that groundbreaking or anything. But this one looks like is more involved. You have like this robot with you and stuff. So it looks more interesting, but I still probably won't buy it.
Yeah, I probably won't buy it either. I might play it if my brother does get it, but it. I just hope that it's a good game, better than the first game because I did not expect them to announce a second game because the first one bombed so hard after like the first week. So yeah, we got the next Mass Effect
Andromeda.
Andromeda. Yes. They showed us like this behind the scene video, which was interesting. It basically they want to make a game where it's like a whole new world. Which is I guess what the other Mass Effect games were.
Well,
But
what this game looks like to me is like I was saying this to my brother. Instead of a story focused game like the first three Mass Effects were, where you followed Shepard and him doing stuff, this game looks more exploratory and like maybe less on story. Like it looks more like you're just exploring planets and meeting new races and stuff and like gathering stuff. I guess that's what I got from it. I mean, they didn't really show much because it's probably not that far in development. But
yeah,
from what I could tell, it looks like it's gonna be like that sort of game where it's just like maybe not as focused as much on story, but more on the world and stuff. So yeah, that's what I got from
uh,
it.
I wouldn't mind if they did that. Like Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 was heavily on the story, and then if they were to bring someone else to like sort of like replace Shepard, I don't think it would really fit. So
Yeah.
I guess this like exploration kind of thing that you're talking about could be what they're doing, but it was just like this video of them like talking over it, and then this montage of them showing stuff for the game, and then behind the scenes stuff in between. So we'll just need more information. Again, I just hope it's good because a lot of people love Mass Effect, and I'm pretty sure EA could definitely mess this up somehow.
Of course, yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of like up in the air still on exactly how good this will be.
All right, so we got a new EA published game, Fee. This is an indie game, right?
Yeah, this is a indie game that they are publishing. I forget exactly which studio is. Fee is. I actually don't know which studio is working on this in terms of like the indie company, but this is coming from the first game for their EA original. So I guess EA is looking more into indie developers and like kind of like taking them under, being like, hey, we'll publish your game basically. And Fee, what I got from this trailer, it sort of looks like what's that game on the PlayStation 3 that everyone loved? Journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so I sort of got vibes from Journey from this game. You know, like it's an experience, but it's not necessarily a game.
Yeah,
If you know what I'm saying.
I'm not a big fan of those. I'd rather have like a game, but it does look pretty. But I don't
Yeah.
really know what to get from this trailer. It does look more like an experience rather than gameplay, from what I'm seeing. So
I mean, it does look like there are certain elements where you have to like sneak around guards or something like that. So it could be like stealth elements, but this is just like a basic gameplay trailer, so we don't really know exactly what the premise is or anything about it. But I hope this game's good because it's under EA's wing, and I just want the game to be good.
I mean, Unravel did really well.
Yeah, that game did pretty good for what it was.
That was like the first indie published game. I feel like this is what EA is going to do every year for E3, show like their big like indie game. So last year was Unravel, this one's Fee, then probably next time they're going to do a different indie game that they want to promote. So that's probably what they're going to do now.
But yeah, it looks more like of an experience less than a game. So
yeah,
that's just what I got from it. We're going to move on to Bethesda. They announced a release date for Dishonored 2, November 11th. And yeah, the game looks, I would say, pretty good. I think it'll definitely live up to the hype that it is building itself, because it's been years since the first Dishonored was released. And personally, I love the first Dishonored. I haven't finished it though. It was definitely a fun experience. I probably will need to, finish it one of these days. But yeah, I could definitely see why a lot of people love this, why they love the first game and why they're excited for the second one, because it does have an interesting premise around it.
Yeah, I played like about an hour of the first one. I need to play more of it, and I do really like it. I do like the stealth elements and the different powers you could get. And seeing some of the new powers that you can learn in this game, it looks really fun. Like the domino power, where like if you mark like 3 people and kill 1 person, you could kill all 3 of them. It looks really OP. There's some really OP stuff.
Yeah.
But it does look really cool, and I can't wait to see what they do with this franchise, I guess, now.
I actually heard that they're doing a mode in this game where it's like no powers at all.
Oh crap!
So
all right.
I think that's like the super difficulty mode. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to go and see exactly how well this game will do, because the first one did pretty well. So hopefully that they do well with the second one.
So now we got Prey, which was actually this is like a totally different game, because I think the first Prey came out like a while ago, and they wanted to make a second one, but then it got canceled. So now Bethesda is like not remaking it, but reviving it. Except from what I heard, it looks nothing like the original Prey. So they're kind of like rebooting like not even a franchise, just like one game. It's weird. But in this trailer, we see like an astronaut or something. I don't know what's going on here, but it seems like he's in Groundhog's Day, and he keeps waking up each day, and each day it keeps getting worse and worse, like his condition, until like weird like alien things start attacking him. It's really weird. I have no idea what's going on. But
what I got from it was, this is sort of like a Dead Space sort of thing, where he's like trapped on this ship and stuff goes bad. So this is just like a cinematic trailer, so I would definitely love to go and see gameplay from it. Maybe we'll see it down the road in like the next coming 6 months, maybe. I don't know. But, the story that they're building up for Prey is interesting. Like when I saw that his eye was getting more red, I was like, oh god, what is going on? Yeah, it's getting a little
spooky, yeah.
So, I just want to see more. That's what I can say for most of these games at E3. Elder Scrolls Legends, this is a card game that they are making, and yeah, so it's a card game. Yeah, it's pretty much it. I think it was because people, or was it Witcher? I forget which one.
Witcher was the one you're thinking about.
Yeah, there was like a card game or something like that.
Gwent, yeah, but we got to that in Microsoft.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
I think that's Microsoft's.
Yeah, a lot of people are doing card games now, and that's interesting. I'm not sure if I would play this, even if it is free to play.
I'm already kind of invested into Hearthstone, so I don't see myself ever moving away from it. It's like kind of my main card game if I want to play one. But I mean, I guess it looks interesting. You have like 3 lanes instead of just like 1 lane. It's weird. I know a lot of people are not that into it and are already calling it a Hearthstone ripoff. I might try it, but it's nothing too groundbreaking. It's kind of just there.
Yeah.
All
You know,
right. So anything else you want to say about it, or?
I mean, it kind of just came out of nowhere, and I was like, oh, okay, they're doing
Didn't they?
another
I think
card
they
game.
announced it like in like PAX or something. Like it was a while ago.
Yeah, I don't even know. There's
So-
so many card games being out now.
So Fallout 4 is getting DLC and updates. I mean I actually bought Fallout 4, and I think it's a bit disappointing because
Yeah.
I
what
just
I heard.
finished Fallout New Vegas like a week ago, and that game was fantastic. The writing is good, and it feels like an RPG. While Fallout 4 is a lot more shallow in terms of RPG elements, and it feels a lot more like a shooter, which is alright, I guess, but it does feel more bare bones when like that's all you could do is like shoot people. You don't really up stats or anything. So
Yeah.
and plus all this DLC really isn't like story based DLC like Fallout New Vegas or Fallout 3. This one is more like construction based, and I really don't like the constructing in Fallout 4. I think it's very janky and doesn't work very well. I think some people would disagree with me here, but I think I just don't like the base building thing in Fallout 4, and it seems like most of the DLC is gonna be with that. Except that Nuka-Cola world thing. I think that's a story DLC maybe. I'm not too sure. But yeah, that's about it.
I mean, I watched my cousin play Fallout 4, and I was like, this game looks boring.
it's
Like,
not as fun cuz like the writing is just not as good. The main story is just, like it's just not that great.
it's just an overall weaker game.
Yeah, it's like weaker than Fallout 3, and I consider Fallout 3 weaker because the main story is just find your dad. Fallout 4 is find your son. It's like the reverse. It's pretty lame. Fallout New Vegas had a lot more twists and turns, and I love that game. So
While they announced Fallout 4 DLC, they also updated Fallout Shelter. On top of that, it's also coming to PC.
uh-huh.
And from what I heard, is that Fallout Shelter kind of like died out like after like the first week
It
or
got
two.
boring because you just build your vault, and once you have your like everything max, it's like I don't need to go back to this game ever.
I heard people called it like a clicker.
It's like a clicker, or it's like a tiny tower game where you just keep building and let people inside
Okay.
your vault and stuff.
Yeah.
But with this update, they're gonna actually make the game have gameplay. I think like they're giving it quests and stuff. So that sounds
there's
interesting.
like combat and stuff. So
Yeah, I might
they're
try
actually
it out.
fleshing the game out now.
Yeah,
So
I might try it
that's
out
interesting.
again.
And on top of that, they also announced Skyrim Remastered, which was when he said that you guys were asking for this for a while. I was like, it probably has to do something with Elder Scrolls, and obviously it was Skyrim Remastered. And,
Yeah, I could do this on PC.
and it actually does look pretty good, you know, from like what they did from PS3 to PS4, and you know with the Xbox consoles. So I'm pretty sure that this will sell well, you know, just because people love Skyrim, and you know, there's still a lot of console players that don't, you know, play Skyrim on PC, but you know, I mean,
Also allows mod support. Also,
yeah, now
Yeah.
there's mod support, just like with Fallout 4 did. So, you know, nothing too spectacular from Bethesda, but you know, it was their own little press conference. I think the highlight of it was Dishonored 2, in my opinion.
yeah, because they dedicated the most time to it since it's like their main thing this year. But
Yeah, since it is actually coming out this year, so
it gets me wondering if Bethesda could actually have a press conference every year because they're still a developer, and even though they have id Software, right? Oh wait, but didn't they announce Quake?
something with Quake.
Yeah,
let
yeah,
me see.
Quake Champions. That was the
Oh.
bombshell thing, I think.
Oh yeah, isn't that?
Yeah, Quake Champions. All right, so
I don't even know what the hell this thing is.
Alright, so Quake is an arena shooter, right? So
Okay.
very fast-paced shooters. I think the last one was a while ago. So they're basically reviving Quake with the with the Doom remake doing so well. I guess id Software is like, oh, I guess we should remake Quake also. So they're doing Quake Champions. Some people don't like this because they said it's going to be a hero shooter. And you know how oversaturated this like freaking genre is already. We have Overwatch, Battleborn, Paladins, a bunch of other games. So and Quake isn't really about the abilities or characters. It's mostly about the gunplay. Like you pick up a gun, you shoot someone, and they die. So a lot of diehard Quake fans are not happy about this
So
decision.
Quake is supposed to be like a traditional.
Yeah, a
FPS.
traditional arena shooter where you just kill someone and it's like a deathmatch thing.
But
Where you
now
like rocket
there's
jump and
characters
stuff.
with abilities, and people don't like.
Yeah,
that.
now it's just
Okay.
Overwatch. Yeah.
Alright.
So I mean, I like this genre, so I'll probably give it a shot. I don't know if it's gonna be free or not. You didn't say that.
I would assume that it wouldn't be,
Yeah, probably
but,
not.
but yeah,
It's also going to be PC exclusive because he started talking about frames and hertz and stuff, and that's mostly with
I'm pretty
PC.
sure doing it on console would be a not so well thing to do. You know, it probably wouldn't end up that great. So
Yeah. So overall, I think this was an okay press conference. Not as good as last year, but nothing would beat last year's E3 in general.
because they announced Fallout 4
Yeah,
and everything,
and
but
that got
it turned
everyone
out to
hyped.
be
Okay.
not that great. All right, so now we're gonna move on to Ubisoft. There's like one game that I know you want to talk about.
Oh yeah.
So
All right. So South Park: The Fractured Butthole, which is the name. It looks fantastic. So basically, this is a direct sequel to Stick of Truth.
yep.
And basically you're playing a new game instead of like Lord of the Rings sort of Game of Thrones style. Now you are superheroes and stuff, and they changed the gameplay a lot. Instead of like a regular turn-based RPG like Paper Mario, it's more like a weird like Final Fantasy type of thing. Not Final Fantasy. Fire Emblem type of thing. Like you can
You
move,
could like
around,
move
cover
during
and stuff.
combat. Yeah.
It's a lot more action based and stuff. I do think that's good because I think the first game was really basic, since it was mostly just hit the right button press at the right time. So I think this would give the gameplay more depth. What else did they announce? It was just really funny, obviously, because it's South Park. And I can't wait to play it. It's coming out December 6th, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that was the only thing worth a while in the Ubisoft press conference, since it was 2 hours.
The whole Ubisoft conference was kind of just like, what is going on?
Yeah, I mean the beginning was like awful.
Yeah, they opened up with the Just Dance thing. I was like, what is? I don't even know. And the only other game that I found really interesting was Eagle Flight. It's a Oculus game where it's 3v3 and you guys are all playing eagles, and the mode that they showed was capture the flag. So I think you would like pick up an egg and like you're like flying around like maybe like New York or something, and you're trying to like score in like your own nest. I mean, it looks fun, but if all 5 of my friends could afford an Oculus, you know what I'm saying?
Also, you need to plug in like a really super powerful PC also.
Yeah,
so.
because you need to handle 6 people at once. So
yeah, I don't think that's like gonna happen.
If this comes to like, I don't even know what other VR system it would come to. PlayStation VR maybe?
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's even possible.
That's probably the most affordable option for anyone.
Yeah.
So
and like everything else that they were like talking about was kind of meh. You know, like they did Star Trek VR, they did Watch Dogs 2.
I like the Watch Dogs dude. Like Watch Dogs 2 looks okay. Like I'm still probably not gonna buy it, but I do like the emoji mask dude. That was like the best part.
And yeah, I mean like Ubisoft never really blows anyone away any year. You know, they're kind of just like mediocre or like average every year. So now we're gonna move on to Microsoft, which the first thing that they announced was Xbox One S. It'll be launching in August, starting at $299, and if you want 2 terabytes, that's I believe $399. So what do you think about this new Xbox system and everything that they're doing?
Well, it's kind of stupid because they announced a successor at the very end.
Yeah.
So this became obsolete in like 90 minutes. Good job, Microsoft. But
they announced the Project Scorpio,
so
which will
it's
come
like,
out
why would
holiday 2017.
Why would anyone buy this? I mean, if you want to save up money now, you should start saving up money for Scorpio if you really want an Xbox One.
Yeah, because the way that they did it was it's no boundaries, no limits, and like it's a very developer friendly console as well. And I believe the guy that was on stage was like, no one's left behind, so you can play all your Xbox One games on your Xbox One S, and Project Scorpio. So I'm like, I might as well just wait for this one, you know?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people said.
The Xbox One S was kind of just like, yeah, you know, this was the upgrade to the Xbox, and then, you know what, here's our better version of the Xbox that we were actually supposed to announce, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the Xbox One S is sort of like them just like trying to get rid of like extra hardware that they have or something like that, and, you know, kind of just like make room for the Project Scorpio. I don't even know.
Is it
it's
cheaper
really
than the Xbox? How much is the Xbox One?
Xbox One is, I believe, $400, and then the S is $299, starting at $299 for 1 terabyte. But if you want 2, which I'm pretty sure everyone wants 2 terabytes, it's $400. So
okay, so
yeah, but I don't know. They kind of just said, hey, here's the Xbox One, and then here's Project Scorpio, the better version. So if I am going to get one of them, it's probably going to be Project Scorpio, because by 2017 holiday season, I'll probably have enough money for whatever price point it may be. Hopefully, it's not 600. You know.
Oh God, no! Well, I guess we'll talk about that more when we get to it, because I have some more things to say about it. But I guess we'll just wait. All right, so Gears of War 4 coming out October 11th. It's also worth noting that most of these games are coming for both Windows 10 and Xbox.
Yeah, it's part of the Xbox Play Anywhere. It's cross-play between Xbox One and Windows PC. It's not necessarily cross-play online, but like if you start playing on your Xbox One and then you want to go out, you know, like you have to like get a flight or something, you know, you play it on your Windows 10 PC and you'll pick up right where you left off, which is nice.
Yeah,
And
I like it a lot. Too bad I don't really like Windows 10 that much. I'd rather have 7.
Yeah,
but
I don't even have Windows 10 on my computer.
eventually,
So,
I should, so I could play
yeah.
like some Xbox One games without actually buying one or anything. I mean, like my brother has one, but he bought that himself. So
But yeah, so Gears of War 4, I'm pretty excited for it. The way that they're doing the gameplay, I mean, it looks the same from like all of the other Gears of War games, but like the story is what I'm really interested in, because it stars Marcus Phoenix's son, and on top of that, at the end of the trailer that they showed off, we saw Marcus Phoenix.
yep.
So I wonder what's his involvement with the story, and how his son will be influenced by his father and everything like that. So I'm excited for Gears of War 4. Now let's talk about the Xbox Play Anywhere. I'm sort of hesitant on it, because because PlayStation did the same thing with the Vita and the PS3, but that didn't really work out. So I'm wondering exactly if this will work out.
I think it'll
Yeah.
work more because PC is a more established platform than the Vita. The Vita
Yeah.
was, kind of garbage. Like the only thing it had was like Persona 4 Golden, and that's
Yeah,
about
they
it.
didn't even talk about the Vita.
Of course,
E3,
I think that
so.
thing's dead. Like I think it's just dying in the corner. So like no one's paying attention to it anymore.
So I do hope that Microsoft does work out with this Xbox Play Anywhere thing, because it'll basically be a convenience thing for people that do travel or want to play on their PC or whatever.
I mean,
it may
I
be.
like it because I could just play. Like I really want to play Sunset Overdrive at one point, but I would really like to play on just my PC if my brother's playing on the thing or whatever. So I'm like, oh, I could finally play this game because that's why I really want to do that. Or some of the other Xbox One games that are coming out, like well, we'll get to them eventually.
Killer Instinct announced a new character, General Ram from Gears of War.
Wasn't he like the final boss in the first game or something?
Yeah, he was pretty scary in the first game. I'm not even gonna lie. Like when I played Gears of War, I was like, damn, this guy's like badass. He's like so scary and threatening to the cogs and everything. So I'm like, yeah, I think that this is the perfect character for Killer Instinct. I thought that they would announce like maybe someone like Marcus Phoenix or something, but I guess they went the other route and went with the villain. So that's really nice. And yeah, I just want to see exactly how well he'll do in the competitive scene, maybe. Because a new character enters a fighting game, you want to know how well he'll do against the other fighters.
I also like how Killer Instinct is basically becoming Microsoft's Smash Brothers. You're basically just playing other Microsoft characters in it.
Yeah, they put a Battletoads character in there.
And
last year or something.
Arbiter, right?
Yeah.
From Halo. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I should probably play it one day. I heard it's pretty good, but
Yeah, Killer Instinct's probably the best fighter on Xbox.
Yeah.
I think. Because they don't have Street Fighter.
Oh yeah, they don't, right? I forgot about that. That was PlayStation and PC exclusive.
Yeah, Sony paid a lot of money for that probably. So.
Alright, so next we got Forza Horizon 3 coming out September 27th. I don't care, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people do.
Let's just breeze right through this one. Final Fantasy 15 gameplay. The guy who was playing it was really bad.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, why is this guy so garbage?
He was so bad because he kept getting hit and stuff, and I was like, what is he doing? But, I mean, the gameplay is just a guy fighting a huge monster, and it looks like they were doing, like, multiplayer stuff because it's not just, like, bot 1 or bot 2. There were, like, names on top of the other players.
I think that's just the character's name.
Maybe? I don't even know.
I'm not sure. But, I mean, it looks alright. They're going more for, like, a... Obviously, they ditched the whole turn-based style from Final Fantasy 13. Now it's, like, Kingdom Hearts style, where it's action-based.
Action RPG.
Yeah, but this gameplay is it's kind of weird. I mean, like I really, I guess the guy just sucked at it, so it didn't really look as impressive as it should have been. But it was still a pretty neat boss fight they showed. It's kind of like God of War, sort of like rip off the hand of this dude, this giant Titan guy. So it was
Yeah.
pretty cool. I'll probably still get Final Fantasy 15 when it comes around because I'm starting to play a lot more Final Fantasy, and I would like to. Well, I'm just gonna wait for the reviews for 15 because after 13,
Yeah,
a lot of people are
that's
kind
what
of
a lot of people
swayed.
do nowadays. They just wait for other people to buy it and be like, all right, I guess I'll
I'm not
buy
getting
it
my
or
hype
not.
up for it, but it looks interesting.
Yeah.
So
It does look interesting, I would say.
we got new features on Xbox One, like clubs. Stole that from League of Legends, obviously. Group searching and arena. So this is pretty cool. It gives people more options. Obviously, clubs are like groups of people that could do stuff together and stuff.
So basically, like your friends and like maybe some people you met online.
Yeah, like a guild or something, like
Yeah,
that.
and then like group searching is basically like if you
LFG,
need-
yeah.
yeah, if you need help or something.
Which is useful
Or
for
something
like
like that.
for MMOs or stuff like Destiny or something.
Yeah, like the example that they showed off was like Minecraft, and I was like, oh god, please no.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that. All right. So arena is also pretty cool. I really
Yeah,
do
that's
like
really
the
nice
tournament.
because some games actually don't have like a tournament thing built in. I'm not sure if Killer Instinct does, but if it doesn't, Arena is now like the new best thing for it, and then like you could do like maybe like Gears of War 4 1v1 tournaments or something like that. So this is a great feature, I think, coming to Xbox One. So
Yeah, very cool. I really like what they're doing with that.
uh, Mi- Microsoft Minecraft released a friendly update where it's basically cross multiplayer across Windows 10, iOS, and Android devices, which I guess is okay. Like if you have like some friends over, and you guys want to play together, and obviously you all don't have controllers, you can use like your phone to go and play with each other, which is nice.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they're going to expand into other platforms, maybe like PlayStation or like the Wii U and all this other stuff. They might not do that until like maybe next year or 2 years from now. But
Well, doesn't
you know,
Microsoft own Mojang?
Yeah, they own Mojang, so they own Minecraft. So basically, Microsoft's on all of the video game platforms.
Yeah.
So that's kind of crazy. But this friendly update was neat. I don't think it was anything revolutionary. They did add some more like textures and all this other stuff.
It was
if you're
very
a
long. It was
Minecraft
very
fan.
long segment.
Yeah, it was a pretty long segment for a game that's pretty old. So
And it was very cringy, but whatever. All right, so Microsoft Design Lab, the create your own Xbox controller. This is pretty interesting. So I guess you could have a custom-made Xbox One controller. You could have different color schemes and stuff. It's kind
Yeah,
of a
that's
novel
like-
thing. It's not that interesting, but it's kind of
it's
cool.
like for people that like only play Xbox, they want like their own controller and stuff. I mean, it's neat. If I did play Xbox still, I might have bought one, just like make it all blue or something. But it's just a nice feature. It's not some that people are gonna write home about. It's not like Microsoft's better because we have our own controllers and stuff. Like no one's gonna brag about it.
Yeah, I think this is a cool little thing to do.
We Happy Few. This was just like a reveal trailer. It's interesting. The guy's kind of going through like a weird state of mind. I don't even know what's going on in the trailer, to be honest.
In this game, I guess you live in like a society where everyone has to take like these sort of like these pills called joy, which makes you see the world, not like a freaking psychotic murder house. So this guy's off his like medication, I guess, and then he goes around seeing all the reality, I guess. So you see like these people beating up a piñata. He's like, "Yo, get the candy," and then it's like a rat, and then it was just like, "Oh God!" So then this guy goes like, tries to escape, and then they get him, and then it, ends the trailer. It's very interesting. It feels very Bioshocky because some of the developers are ex Bioshock developers, which explains that
Okay.
feeling. I heard the gameplay is actually supposed to be a roguelike, not really like a like more like a Binding of Isaac sort of game, like a permadeath and
Okay.
stuff. That's what I heard. It's not supposed to be story driven, which is weird.
I would say that it should be story driven.
That's what I'm saying,
With
'cause
this kind of a premise, doing like a roguelike, I don't think that would work as well as doing a well written story for this kind of a game.
Yeah, because this trailer really got me. I'm like, oh God, this looks really interesting. But then I'm like, oh, it's supposed to be a roguelike. I mean, I love roguelikes, but I don't know if this I guess world really suits it that well. I'm not sure how they're gonna do it, but I am interested in it, and I'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I'll just see what else they show, especially gameplay, because I want to see how the game does play out, whether it is a roguelike or a story-driven FPS game.
Yeah,
So,
like Bioshock was.
yeah.
All right, so we also got Gwent, the Witcher card game. This was also announced a little bit before, I guess, a while ago. So basically, Gwent was a little mini game in Witcher 3. A lot of people liked it. So
Yeah, supposedly people were like making decks and all this other crazy stuff.
yeah, people really liked it for like a little mini game. So CD Projekt Red was like, okay, we'll just make this its own game, and there you go, Gwent it's its own game. So I mean, I never played Witcher 3. I'm probably gonna buy it in the Steam Summer Sale because I heard it's really good and it's up my alley. I love RPGs, so I'll probably see what the Gwent is all about. But right now, it's basically another card game, you know, in competition with Elder Scrolls Legends and Hearthstone. I think this one would do better because people already like Gwent. So yeah, it's gonna be its own thing, you know, its own client and stuff. So yeah, there you go.
You know, just another card game. I'm not too stoked for it, but you know. We got Tekken 7. It's supposed to come to Xbox One first, so that's why they announced it during the Microsoft conference. Early 2017. This was a combination of a cinematic and some gameplay. I mean, to me, it just looks more like Tekken, you know. So
Kuma was in it, but
yeah,
from Street Fighter, because I think they were supposed to make a Street Fighter X Tekken, but I think that got delayed or something. So now they just put a Kuma in there.
I think what happened was Street Fighter X Tekken didn't do as well as they expected, so Tekken X Street Fighter didn't come to fruition. I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened there, but I guess they just put Kuma here as just like, here you go, this is our apology. Have one Street Fighter character. There you go. But besides that, yeah, it's Tekken. I mean, I never played Tekken before. I'm not that into fighting games besides like Smash, I guess. So, I mean, it looks nice. It looks pretty, and
it does look
nice.
pretty.
But that's about it. I can't really say much about it.
Yeah, it's more Tekken. So if you like Tekken, you get more on Xbox One first, though.
Yes, of course. So Dead Rising 4, Frank West is back, and it's coming out holiday 2016, which is really soon.
I actually didn't catch this because I fell asleep during the conference.
Oh, it was such a good trailer. Did you see it?
Yeah, man, I watched it. You know, the fact that Frank West is coming back, I feel like that this is basically Capcom saying that we need to play it safe now.
Yeah.
So they're like, we'll bring back this fan character, and like, it's still Dead Rising. You know, there's like crazy gadgets, crazy cars to use, and all this other stuff. And, you know, there's still like hundreds of zombies on screen. So, will I buy it? I'm not sure. I think this is also with the Xbox Play Anywhere. So
yeah, I mean, if I ever upgrade to Windows 10, I'll probably try it out. It looks really good from the trailer I've seen. Yeah.
Visually, it looks pretty good, and obviously, Dead Rising hasn't really changed much gameplay-wise. So I'm glad that they're going back to old characters instead of trying to make a new one interesting, because they haven't really done that in a while.
Yeah, because Frank West was already established, so.
Yeah, Frank West was and they keep going back to Frank West. Like I think in Dead Rising 2, like they made like a Frank West version of Dead Rising 2,
like Day Zero or whatever it was called, right?
Yeah, I believe.
Or Frank West, whatever something. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So going back to Frank West, that's pretty awesome. He's like a well-known character just because of how
he reports wars.
Yeah, how well Dead Rising 1 did. So.
Alright, so Scalebound, the new Platinum game, is coming out 2017, and they showed off some multiplayer where they fought a giant enemy crab. This was, I mean, I still am interested in this game, but I don't think this trailer really showed off the game too well.
Yeah.
I'm still pretty excited.
It was hard for me to watch this trailer, to be honest.
It was pretty cringy. The guy was very Dante-esque from the new DMC.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was very like, whoa, whoa, like that, very angsty teenager. The combat was very slow, which is weird for a Platinum game because usually it's very fast-paced. The multiplayer really didn't seem like it was doing much either. It's like you see the other players on their dragons, but they're not really doing much. They were kind of just flying around the dude. So I just think this was just a poor presentation by Platinum to show off the game.
Yeah, they chose the wrong section of the game to show off.
Yeah, a lot of people were turned off by it, and from like the last year's like trailer, it looks really sick, right? I was like, oh yeah, new Platinum game and with dragons and stuff, that's awesome. But this game, I think, turned off a lot of people, and I don't think I'm not done with this game yet. I still want to see more gameplay trailers, but I do think this was a bad impression for a lot of people.
Also, it's a Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive, so if
it brings the window smaller.
If it doesn't do well, I'm not gonna like cry over it. But if it does, I might need to buy it and see exactly what's it about.
Yeah. So
Sea of Thieves, I believe this is Rare's new title.
Yeah.
And this looks like basically you and your friends as pirates running around trying to destroy other pirates. And I think it'll do well, depending on exactly how many people buy it. Like it's definitely a great concept. It's like you and your friends go on a pirate ship and try to kill other pirates and all this other stuff. So, yeah.
This is not what I thought. I was expecting more like either like a pirate platformer or something else. This was different. It's sort of like Black Flag or something from Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
It looks interesting. The trailer again was pretty cringy. They had like these fake Let's Players, and they're like, "Oh, whoa, a ship's."
Yeah, I don't even know any of these guys.
Yeah,
I've never seen them before.
But the game looks pretty fun. But that's about it. Hopefully, it brings Rare, back up, so they could like stop being bad.
Instead of making the goddamn Connect games.
Yeah, Connect games
stuff.
But it Connect's dead, so they have to do something else. So.
Yeah.
All right. So State of Decay 2 was revealed. Did you ever play State of Decay 1?
Nope.
I didn't either. But yeah, they're making the second one. I don't really know much about the game. I heard a lot of people liked it though. So yeah, here's the second one.
It looks like a zombie apocalypse kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a zombie game. Yeah.
This was just a cinematic, so there's not much to really talk about other than, hey, here it is, So.
Yeah, it's
Halo Wars 2. I think a lot of people are pretty excited for this because I think the beta is going on right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty exciting. Halo Wars is pretty much like a real-time strategy, right?
Yeah, it's an RTS.
And now that they're making a second one, and there's also a official release date, February 21st, 2017. So it's not exactly that far, compared to all of these other games where it's like still in development and all this other stuff. So I think people that are excited for Halo Wars 2 are gonna get what they want.
Yeah, I mean I love RTSs, but I played a little bit of Halo Wars 1, and I did like it. So hopefully the second one's pretty good. I should probably try the demo out. But
yeah,
or
I might buy the first one and see how it is.
It's a pretty simplistic. It's a pretty simplistic RTS. It's on a console, and you can't really do crazy stuff like StarCraft or anything. But yeah, it looks fun, and I do like the Halo universe. So yeah, that'd be interesting. All right, so now we got Project Scorpio, like we were talking about before.
Winding it back to the beginning.
Holiday. It's gonna be a holiday 2017, and it's gonna be. I guess it's not supposed to like. Well, it is. It's sort of weird. It reminds me of the new 3DS compared to the regular 3DS. It's sort of like that, because they're saying it's not going to be a successor. It's not supposed to be the next generation, but it's supposed to be more powerful, which is weird. So
they're just not saying that so people don't buy the Xbox One S.
Yeah. So you're supposed to be playing.
I mean, like the description straight up says the most powerful console ever. So why would I even buy the Xbox One?
It has like something teraflops, which I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know what that is.
No boundaries, no limits. It's called PC. It's what someone.
Yeah, it's called PC. I mean, it's supposed to be. The most powerful system ever, right? It's supposed to be like, I guess, on end with a PC, like a really good PC.
Yeah, probably the best console ever, because it could do native 4K.
Yeah,
so
and that's 4K
crazy.
gaming. Yeah, that's insane. But the problem with that is, if they want to make profit, or like not even profit, but like
they would need to charge us pretty high.
Yeah, they gotta charge you a lot of money for this thing. Like, it's not gonna just sell you like $400. Here you go. No, it's gonna be a lot more than that.
It's probably gonna be like 5 or even 600.
Yeah, maybe more than that. Like, I don't know how much this thing's gonna be if they really think it's gonna be the most powerful thing ever. Because 4K gaming is like, that's pretty extreme. So.
Yeah, people are excited, but once they see that price point, they might not be as hyped. But who knows? Xbox fans are kind of crazy. So.
Another thing that concerns me though is like, it's supposed to be splitting. Like it's supposed to say, oh, if don't worry, if you don't have this thing, you can still play Xbox One games.
Yeah, but I feel like that they're gonna make Project Scorpio exclusive games.
That's what I think they already announced that they are gonna do that.
Yeah, they have to because it's the most powerful console ever.
But
and
they're
you
not
can't-
saying it's the next generation. Like I don't know what they're doing with this, but it's like, oh, it's not the next generation, but it is the most powerful thing ever. It's like, what are you saying to me right now? So I'm not
Yeah.
sure where they're going with this, but I guess it's gonna be interesting to see what this thing becomes. If it really is the most powerful console ever.
I guess we'll see next year because it's supposed to come out holiday 2017, so it'll definitely be at next year's E3. The official name, probably the look of the console
Xbox
and
2.
everything. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. And moving on, we're going to go into Sony, probably the best conference out of everyone. Not just because they were last, but because they actually had a lot of great games to
And it
show
just showed
off.
games. They didn't talk about
Yeah, they
anything.
just showed up. They just showed a bunch of games, which I guess some people were like, I don't really like that. I like it when they talk about it, but if the trailer and gameplay is good enough, they don't really need to talk about it, you know?
Yeah.
So the first game they showed off was a surprise, and I think a lot of people were expecting this, to be honest. God of War. I think that this is sort of like a reboot sort of thing, but it's only called God of War, and it looked sort of like The Last of Us at first, to be honest. You know, you're like in the forest during the winter, and you know you have like this younger person with you and all this other stuff. So
It was weird. Like it got me. I'm like, oh, Kratos, what? I'm like, what? So it really
But-
got me. I'm like, oh.
but it's supposed to be like a different mythology. And all
It
this
looks
other
Norse,
stuff.
like
Yeah.
very wintry, Skyrim-y. It looks Skyrim-y. But
Yeah, the land of the Norse gods. So
yeah, so he's gonna be Thor now or something. I don't know. It's very interesting though. It's more slower pace. Obviously, it's not gonna be like the hack and slash fast pace like God of War's 1, 2, and 3. It's gonna be a lot more slower pace from what I've seen. The combat still looks pretty nice though when he was fighting that
Yeah.
troll. It was.
hmm
So yeah, I guess. Oh, they also said that Kratos isn't gonna die or anything. It's not gonna be like you're not gonna play as his son or anything. I think they announced that. They said that.
Oh, okay.
So no plot twist there. It could be the son that dies, but I don't know.
Oh god.
We just gotta wait and see. It was pretty good. It was a good trailer though. Gameplay
I mean,
segment.
like, Naughty Dog said that you would never play Ellie in The Last of Us, but you did play as Ellie, so they could just be lying, but
Yeah, it's true. Right.
we'll see. So, but yeah, I'm pretty excited because next year or the year after, there's gonna be a lot of PlayStation 4 games that are gonna come out that are really good. So, yeah, the new God of War, and
Very
hopefully-
interested. Yeah, I'm probably gonna try it out. The
Hopefully,
PS4 has
hopefully
some
it's really good. Yeah, PS4 definitely has, I would say, better exclusives than the Xbox One because Xbox One, their exclusives are returning franchises or they're also coming to the Windows 10 PC
Yeah,
stuff.
so it's like I don't really care about the Xbox One more so just the crossplay thing, which was pretty cool. But the PS4 is like, yeah, the PS4 is really cool. So
Yeah, it's literally only on the PS4. There's nowhere else you can get it. So that's where Sony's smart. They're not doing this cross-play with the PC, but at the same time, it's sort of like a win-win for Microsoft. So I don't know, but moving on to the next game.
Days Gone, which is a new IP, which is a zombie game. Don't really know what to say. They showed a gameplay segment at the very end. So
I don't know why they showed it at the end though.
Yeah,
they
I
should
mean-
have just showed it off right when they announced it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I
not
think.
that. The only interesting thing is how many zombies they could put on screen. It was
Yeah.
insane. Like they were flowing out like water. It was pretty insane.
Yeah, it's definitely a technical masterpiece, but I want to know how interesting the story is because it looks like that this guy doesn't have like his wife or something like that because we don't see her anywhere else other than that one segment within the announcement trailer. So I want to know the backstory of this world, how it got this way, and all this other stuff. So I don't know. It's like another zombie game, but we'll see
It would-
how good it is.
It would be
once we get
interesting
more
because
stuff.
he was trying to fight this giant horde, right? Obviously, you can't
Uh-huh.
do that because like 1,000 zombies. It would be more interesting to see more of like a puzzler zombie game, where because it's like you're constantly being chased by this giant horde of zombies, and they already showed this in the gameplay trailer. You have to use the environment against them, which is more interesting than just shooting zombies all the time. I
Mhm.
do think that is more interesting. So let's see what happens. I mean, I'm not that interested in it, but if they do change it to more like a puzzler, that'll be interesting.
It does look good though.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So
The Last Guardian October 25th, 2016 is when it's finally gonna come
I
out.
know, Jesus Christ, the thing finally coming out.
And yeah, it looks so good. You know, like there's like nothing else to say. If you just watch the trailer, it looks like a good game.
I think the kid's gonna die or the griffin's gonna die. Someone's gonna die in that, and it's gonna make you cry. So.
I mean, it's pretty expected at this point. One of those big bird things is gonna die, maybe.
It does look interesting though. It's like a platformer looking thing. It looks pretty cool.
I'm garbage at Shadow of the Colossus, so I'm not sure if I'll pick this game up. But
I still need to play a Ico game, or the company is called.
Yeah, depending on how well this game does, I'll probably pick it up.
Yeah,
we'll see.
All right, so Horizon Zero Dawn. This looks very interesting. Obviously, this was announced last year.
Yeah, this is the
open world sort of.
The open world futuristic dinosaur thing that's going on, robots or whatever.
It's very interesting. It's sort of like the new Zelda game, which we'll get to later, but very heavy on crafting and exploring and stuff.
Open world.
A lot emphasis on hunting and stuff. Like you could
crafting and all.
Crafting. You could pin like monsters down with like cables and stuff. Very interesting. This game. I was very interested in this game last year, and it's holding my interest a lot. What they showed was pretty impressive too. Like the mount. Like I think you were riding on like a weird horse thing or something, right?
It's like cow. I don't even know
cow
what the hell
thing.
it
Yeah.
is.
So just like mounted combat. It looks very interesting. It looks gorgeous, because it's PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just holding my interest really well. I can't wait for this game to come out. But it's coming out in 2017, unfortunately. So.
Yeah, like a lot of the other games. It's gonna launch on February 28th, so it's not exactly deep in 2017. It's pretty early on. So. The next game is Detroit Become Human. I did not expect the developers of Heavy Rain to come out with a new game so soon.
Yeah, that dude's name, I forgot his name, but
yeah, I forgot the studio's name, but it's a investigative sort of game, and like there's like so many possibilities on like what you can do, what choices you make, and like depending on how fleshed out they make it, like literally every single decision you make will affect the outcome of what happens. So yeah, there's like I don't even know how many endings are gonna be in this game, because Heavy Rain had like 20 something, and like the fact that every single decision you make in this game will affect the outcome of like what happens, I don't even know how fleshed out this game can get.
It does look interesting because they show like a billion possibilities for this one scenario, and it is very cool because the way you do your investigation could just change your outcome by a lot. I don't know how small the margin is. Like if you don't get this one piece of evidence, it could totally change your thing, which is probably what's going to happen. But it is very interesting. I wonder how many cases they're going to be, because this looks very expensive to make, obviously.
Yeah,
because
the game looks great.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a very short game if that's the case, because if you have so many possibilities, that's a lot of money for animations, voice acting, all that stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see how this game turns out.
But, if they do decide to go and do like a really long game, they're taking a huge gamble, to be honest.
Yeah, if they do it longer, I'll expect less possibilities, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, because it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
so.
It's like a lot of work. So let's see what this game becomes. I know a lot of people liked Heavy Rain, and a lot of people hated Heavy Rain. So hopefully this studio, this is like their studio's big game, because I know a lot of people hated Heavy Rain.
Yeah, I heard a lot of mixed things about Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. So.
Yeah, Beyond Two Souls I heard worse about, actually. So.
Yeah, a lot of people actually did not like Beyond Two Souls. So.
Yeah. So Resident Evil 7.
I did not expect this.
Yeah, this came out.
I was watching this trailer and I was like, "Is this PT? What is this game?" And then Resident Evil 7 popped up. I was like, "What?"
Yeah, this was a giant what? Yeah, I literally said what out loud. So I'm like, this is not a VR only game. I think a lot of people are confused that this is a VR only game. This is not a VR only game. It's has functionality for VR, but it's not.
Yeah, because it's also coming to Xbox One.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, but the VR is obviously going to make it like way more terrifying. But So as we can see here, the game is going back to its horror roots finally.
Uh-huh.
It's no more action-based game like Resident Evil 6, which I heard was garbage. So this game is going to take it back to its roots, and a lot of people are excited for this. Like I see a lot of people are very happy that it's going back to its spooky nature, and I am too. You know, I'll try it. I'm pretty terrified. I'm pretty.
I'll try it, but not with VR.
No, God no. I would be like freaking terrified of that. But
the
yeah,
game
very
is coming out
interesting.
on January 24th, 2017. So that's also pretty close, you know. It's not as long as, you know, just like 2017, you know, somewhere around there, but it'll come out soon. So that's nice to know that the game's probably like nearly finished. They're probably just like maybe 3/4 done, maybe.
Yeah.
If I were to guess.
I really didn't expect Resident Evil 7. I thought it was like
I
some
was just
Outlast
watching
or
this. I was
something, or
like
something.
Outlast or PT or something. You know, this is some like spooky stuff. And then it's like Resident Evil. It's like, wait, they haven't done this in like how many years? You know.
Yeah, so it was really interesting. I liked it.
Other details about the PlayStation VR is that it'll come out on October 13th. It'll price at $400, and there are estimated to be 50 games, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, a lot of games for so that's pretty good. Pretty good actually.
The first game is Farpoint. It's a shooter-like game, and yeah, it's a futuristic one, obviously. So I'm not exactly sure on how well it'll do. It'll probably do well because, you know, people are gonna buy the VR and be like, I need a game to play. This game will probably be one of them. So, I think you have to buy like a attachment for this game, maybe, if you want to like do the VR stuff, because how would you do the VR? What, just like with the headset and then just like a controller or something like that?
Yeah, you have the headset and then the controller.
Okay, but I think certain games might like require PlayStation Move or something. You know that.
It might be because I know some games I saw you need a controller and the headset. It's not like the HTC Vive where you have the two weird like paddle controller things where you could move around with your hands and stuff.
Yeah.
I think the PSVR is mostly just like the camera is your face and stuff. So I think that's how it works. They also announced the Star Wars Battlefront X-Wing VR missions. That's pretty cool. So you're basically an X-Wing flying in space with VR.
Yeah.
So that looks very fun.
This is probably every kid or like
That's
adult
my
that
dream.
watch Star Wars. So, I'm not sure if I would buy it necessarily. Well, first off, what's the price point? Because I'm not exactly sure if I need to get Star Wars Battlefront to play this. I probably
You probably
won't.
don't. It's probably gonna be in like the PlayStation Store or whatever.
Yeah, probably like a DLC piece, maybe like $20, maybe $30. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know
exactly
what the
how much
price
it'll
points
be.
of these games are. So
But you know, it's a new thing that has come to light, so that's very nice to know that they are doing a Star Wars Battlefront game, especially with the X-Wing stuff. So another VR game that kind of took me by surprise, and Louis as well, friend, Batman Arkham VR. What the hell are they
they
gonna
didn't
do
really
with this?
do anything. It just like
Yeah,
showed
they
Batman's
just-
mask.
They just announced it, so either it's probably going to be you in a first-person view as Batman, but is it going to, like, which Batman Arkham game are they going to do? You know, is it going to be Arkham Asylum, Arkham City? Like,
It could be its own thing. I think it might be its own thing, like because those games are long, right?
yeah,
Yeah, so playing that whole game in like VR might be, you know, kind of disorienting. So they might just make a new experience. That might be like 3 hours long. I don't know how long VR games are supposed to be. This is very new stuff. So but I do think it's going to be its own game because obviously if it was just an Arkham game, they would have just showed maybe gameplay of it.
yeah.
So I do think this is going to be its own experience where you maybe like detectiving around and stuff. I don't know. Pretty interesting though. I didn't expect that at all because you know.
Yeah, I don't think anyone did.
So Final Fantasy 15 is also getting PSVR functionality, which
That
is like
was pretty troll.
yeah, it's like
it was so silly.
it's pretty bad. Like the dude just puts on the VR headset and then he's like you see like a little gun. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad actually. not that excited about that.
It's also supposed to come out on September 30th, 2016. So that's actually really, really soon.
Yeah.
Actually. So, The next thing that they showed off was Call of Duty stuff, which I did not know it was Call of Duty.
Me
when
either. I thought it was
watching
a good game for a second. Yeah, but then
Yeah, Louis said that, yo, watch it be Call of Duty, and then the thing flashed over. He's like, I hate myself.
I really didn't want it to be Call of Duty. I was like, please don't be Call of Duty. You look cool, and then like, oh, it's Call of Duty. No.
I mean, like, if they said like, all right, now here's Call of Duty, I think a lot of people would just like turned away or like just ignored it. But like, it actually looked pretty good. You know,
Yeah,
for, like,
but
the story mode.
It could be like that was like the only cool mission, and then they just trick you because that's what E3 is
Yeah,
about
that could
sometimes.
be. I don't know.
So I'm still not sold on it, but it did get me more convinced about the game because that mission was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then they also showed off a trailer about Call of Duty 4 remastered also, which a lot of people got nostalgia for. It's like, whoa, but you kind of
Yeah,
have
but you gotta buy.
Yeah, you gotta buy this
Infinite
game.
Warfare.
It's like the only reason this game is gonna sell well is because of that. I mean, it's probably gonna sell well regardless, but whatever.
Yeah.
All right, so then we got the Crash Bandicoot remasters. This is another big one.
Oh
They
my
didn't show
God.
anything, but they
I
did
mean,
announce
the fact
stuff.
that they announced it was so awesome,
Yeah.
Like, when I saw the background show up and then the Crash Bandicoot shout, I was like, oh my God, they're doing it.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
And
So
then-
they're gonna be remaking the first three from the ground up.
Yeah, from the PS1. I hope they do it right, because if they don't do it right, people are not going to buy it, and then the interest in Crash will not be, what's that word? I guess.
Not the gauging of interest is not enough. Like it'd just be
Yeah.
like whatever. And I also think this is why they're remastering the games to gauge interest if people actually want a new Crash Bandicoot.
Also, they wanted Crash to be in the new Skylanders, because if he was only in the new Skylanders, they knew that Activision building would have went down in fire, because they need a reason to bring Crash back. So they were like, you know what? Let's just talk to Activision, and be like, yo, let's just remake the first 3 games and make money, and it'll work.
Yeah, easy money.
And
just like remake it. Yeah.
I hope by next year they show us gameplay and it looks good.
Yeah,
like
better
they
be
do like
beautiful.
a before and after, and then it just looks fantastic, and like the gameplay on the physics for Crash look right and everything. So personally, I have played all 3 of the Crash games. I've only finished 2 and 3. The first one's way too hard for me, but I really enjoyed the second and third game. Those were really fun games, and Crash being in Skylanders Imaginators is kind of just like icing on the cake, I guess. They needed a reason to go and bring Crash back, so they put him in Skylanders, and they're doing these remasters, so that's really nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I should actually beat the Crash games. I always played them up to a point and then like rage quit, mostly in the first one because the first one's really hard.
I mean, like I think you should just start with the second one. Just ignore the first one. Start with the second one. Do the third one, and then if you want to, go back to the first one.
Yeah, I should probably
That's just
do
how
that.
I think. But like all 3 of those games are fantastic in their own right. They showed off Lego Star Wars: The Force Awakens. I don't know why, because the game comes out on the 28th of June, so that's very soon.
Yeah.
It's like 10 days from the upload of this video, so I'm not exactly sure why they showed it off, but it was there, and yeah, I mean, like most Lego games look great, so I'm not necessarily looking forward to it, but I am expecting good things from
It actually looks pretty.
so.
It was pretty funny. I did like some of the jokes. It did got me more interested in some of the other Lego stuff. So yeah, I'll keep it. I do always like Lego games a little bit. Like I never bought one. I only have one. Oh, ice cream truck, yay! But yeah, I do think it is pretty cool. They have to do one obviously because that's what Lego do.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing else to say about that one. But then we got a big announcement:
Oh my
Kojima's new
God.
project, Death Stranding, with
When-
Norman Reedus or
When
Daryl. from
Kojima
Walking Dead.
came up on stage, everyone was like, "Whoa!"
And this trailer was so weird. I have no idea what's happening.
It was definitely a interesting trailer. I'll put it at that. But when Kojima came up and said, "I'm back," and then everyone clapped, that's like, yeah, fuck you, Konami.
Yeah, it
basically.
was a giant F you to Konami at that point.
And then the whole trailer for Death Stranding, it's interesting. That's all I could really say about it. The fact that they got Norman Reedus back on it. I think this is basically what Silent Hills was supposed to be, but he's basically putting a new title and basically doing his original idea for this game.
Yeah, he probably had a
So-
lot of ideas that would have been wasted if he didn't do this. So that's good to see, like, PT or Silent Hills get a nice revival from this new project of his.
And it's probably going to be exclusive on PlayStation consoles.
Yeah, probably because I think Sony bought his company, right? His new company.
Yeah. So Sony did the right move and brought that guy back into the industry. So, and the last announcement for Sony, which I was expecting, but not from this developer, Spider-Man PS4 by Insomniac Games.
Oh, this is so good.
So, yeah. When I heard Peter say from Queens and all this other stuff, I was like, yes, let's go. And then Insomniac Games came on, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
and
man.
then the whole gameplay trailer looked, or like the trailer in general, looked pretty good. It looked very true to the Spider-Man character. The way that Spidey moves and everything like that, I just cannot wait for this game to come out. And like, we haven't had a great Spider-Man game in a while, and I think Marvel is realizing that, like, we need to just hand off our properties to these really great studios. So Spider-Man is the first property that they're doing. And, Insomniac Games, they have a lot of experience doing great games with Ratchet and Clank and their other IPs, and they know how to make funny jokes, they know how to make good stories, and this game is separate from all of the other Spider-Man mythos, so this is not attached to Homecoming, the movie, or anything like that. So I'm very, very excited to see what Insomniac does, because I think that they're definitely working very close with Marvel to go and make sure that they do get the Spider-Man character correct. So I just can't wait for this game.
Yeah, it looks very good, and I trust Insomniac, obviously. I think Spider-Man's a perfect character for them, since they really do like doing lighthearted, goofy characters, colorful. They also showed that it could show mobility, right, with Sunset Overdrive. So I think Spider-Man was like a perfect choice for them, honestly. So yeah, we didn't really see much gameplay. I think it was just cinematic, right?
Most of it was cinematic. They showed like certain parts of gameplay, but like not like a full thing. So there's still stuff to be shown, and the question is now what's Sucker Punch doing?
I have no idea, because we were totally wrong with that.
Yeah, the whole rumor was Sucker Punch is working on a Spider-Man game, and now it's like Insomniac Games is working on it. So the question is what Sucker Punch is doing, and they're probably still working on something with PlayStation hardware, probably either a new IP, a new Infamous game, maybe something with PlayStation VR. I don't even know. But the only sad part about this PlayStation conference is that most of these games are in development. God of War, Days Gone, Detroit, Death Stranding, and Spider-Man. Most of these games are in development, so we probably won't see these games until like late next year at the earliest, and then probably 2018 if I were to guess, because as we know, Kojima likes to take his time with his games. So Death Stranding probably could have been held off maybe until like next E3, because we probably won't see it for a while now.
Yeah, that's not coming out for a while.
Yeah, so we'll just have to go and wait and see exactly what else Sony has in store, or like what else is gonna happen with these 5 games I just said. So I'm pretty sure that they're all gonna be great in like their own rights. So we'll just have to go and wait and see. And I'm pretty sure Crash Bandicoot Remasters is not even in development yet, because they didn't show anything but announce it. So
yeah, it's probably not coming out till like 2018 maybe.
Yeah, so we'll just have to wait and see what else.
But very good conference overall.
Yeah, it was definitely a great conference, because they just showed games after games after games, so they just never stopped, which was great. So now we're gonna move on to Nintendo, which actually they announced a lot of stuff other than just Zelda Breath of the Wild. So what are your initial impressions from this trailer that has a lot of views on it?
Alright, so I thought this was awesome. I really like the direction they're going with.
The trailer has 5 million views. So.
Jesus, really? Wait, hold on, let me check. Oh my god. Alright.
Yeah, a lot of people watch this trailer, so...
I think this is a great direction Zelda should be evolving to. Because obviously Zelda has always been sort of open world, but not really. Like, you know,
sort of.
Yeah, sort of. Like, but you can't really pick the order of the dungeons or anything. You kind of just do stuff out of order and in the order and stuff. And I felt like Nintendo has been experimenting with the out of order stuff with what's that 3DS Zelda game called? not Link to the Past. What was that game called? You know, the one on the 3DS where you could
A
just
Link Between Worlds.
yeah, Link Between Worlds, yeah, where you could choose any dungeon you want at any point. So I felt
Yeah,
like
I
that
really
was
like that.
yeah, that game was great, but I felt like they were experimenting for this game. It's like, all right, let's give you even more freedom. So now they give you this whole open world, and the whole day of gameplay was in one area, that plateau area.
Yeah, this game is probably huge.
They
That's why
showed
it's
they
on
showed
the
several
Wii U and the NX.
Yeah, they zoomed out from the map and it showed a lot of different continents. I'm like, what the hell? How big is this game gonna be? It's huge.
Yeah, I don't even know how long this game would take to beat. I mean, I believe they said that you could literally beat the game in like an hour,
Yeah.
but you probably won't succeed
Yeah, it's gonna be very
Because-
hard. It's gonna be good for
yeah.
speedrunners.
because you have like nothing. So, we'll just see exactly how big this world is and how much content is in this one Zelda game. And Breath of the Wild, I love that name because of the way the game is. You know, it's literally a open world Zelda. There's a lot of wildlife around you, so you know.
Also, it's the
name-
first Zelda game, I think, with like a subtitle that's just like a subtitle. It's not like a name of an item like Ocarina of Time or something.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. But yeah,
Or
the
like
game looks
Majora's Mask or something.
yeah, the game looks fantastic. I like the art style. It's sort of like Wind Waker or Skyward Sword again, like that sort of
Yeah.
cel shaded look. And
I love shell shaded stuff.
Yeah.
And like Link can jump finally.
Yeah, he could
oh
jump.
Oh my god.
That's insane.
And like he can like climb rocks and stuff.
He's very
and, like,
mobile this time.
Yeah. So
Also, it's
The
confirmed it's a
Zelda-
dude, by the way. Yeah.
okay.
Link is a guy.
And the Zelda is very how do I say this? Different. It's very ambitious on what they're doing. And I think it'll do well, you know. Despite it being extremely different from previous Zelda games, I think it'll do well because Nintendo knows what they're doing, you know,
Mhm.
with their Zelda franchise, and we'll just have to go and wait and see more stuff on this game because despite the amount of stuff that they showed us, that's not even a fraction of what the game is.
Yeah.
It's like hours of footage that I didn't even watch.
It's like
because I
7
didn't-
hours of footage, and it was
Yeah,
still
I
that one
even-
area.
I didn't even feel like watching the Treehouse because it was literally mostly Zelda and then like some other games that I didn't really give a lot of care for. So there's a lot of footage on Zelda Breath of the Wild on their YouTube channel, and yeah, like it's just so much stuff on this game, and I just can't imagine when the game finally does come out, how long will it take for someone to actually finish it, you know?
It looks so good. I can't wait for it. I really feel like Nintendo's evolving and like finally seeing like what's, you know, in nowadays, like sort of like an open world RPG like Witcher and stuff. So yeah, I can't wait for this game. Since I already love Zelda, this game is gonna be fantastic.
Oh, let's just hope it is.
Yeah, I mean it could suck still. I mean I'm not saying that, but you know, like I hope it's good. Please don't be bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Zelda. Very very nice. Obviously not enough to like make it better than Sony's like press conference or anything, but it was a lot of gameplay for it. So I'll give Nintendo a good. It's better than last year. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mario Party Star Rush. I don't know why they're still doing Mario Party games, but this is a new 3DS title. It's extremely different from what previous games are. Everyone's a Toad, and you basically collect or like recruit Mario series teammates, and they have like special abilities and stuff. So like Mario, he can stomp on Goombas and grass, and like his super die is 0, 1, 2, 5, and 6, and 7 or whatever. So like every single character has like different attributes and all this other stuff. But I feel like it's still not gonna be that good.
It looks pretty trash. So it's like everyone moves at the same time and stuff.
Yeah, everyone has a turn at the same time, and like I don't know. I feel like Nintendo should just be like, all right, let's just go back to what we did on the N64 because they would just make more money. To be honest, like if they just wanted to make like a great Mario Party game, just go back to the drawing board and stop trying to be so different. You know, stop trying to be a hipster and just go back to what you were good at before.
Yeah, I feel like Mario Party, like they hate the Mario Party series and the Paper Mario series. I have no idea.
Oh my god, we'll get to Paper Mario.
They feel like they want to keep innovating, but they're doing it wrong. Like they're not. They're like doing weird gimmicky stuff. That
If
no
it ain't
one
broke,
likes.
don't fix it.
Yeah, serious. I know Nintendo gets a lot of slack for like, you know, for just doing the same thing over and over, but it works. So just do
Yeah,
it. Like I
does
just
work.
want a regular Mario Party. I'm tired of playing Mario Party 2, dude. I want
I
to play
mean,
different.
at least we're not in a car, right?
Yeah, I mean,
But,
I think it'll be better than being in a car, but still, it's not that much better. So just
yeah,
give us
because
a regular
everyone
Mario
moves
Party.
everyone moves at the same time and all this other stuff. So, yeah,
Garbage.
so bad. And then another disappointment: Paper Mario Color Splash. It's gonna release on October 7th, and it literally looks like Paper Mario Sticker Star HD.
It looks nice, but that's not enough. Like the game, and people are like saying, "Oh, give it a chance," but we already gave it a chance. That was Sticker Star, and it was garbage.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be gameplay wise reminiscent of Sticker Star.
It's exactly the
And,
same. It looks like
Yeah,
garbage.
no experience, no interesting characters, all this other stuff, and oh my god, I don't know what they're doing with this series. You know, I was excited for Sticker Star, and when it came out, I bought it and I hated it.
Yeah, it
Oh
was so
my
bad.
God.
It was so cryptic. It was so bad. It didn't tell you
Yeah,
what
because
to
like
do.
at a certain point, I had to like backtrack to like get like certain stickers. I'm like, I don't.
Yeah,
wanna
you
do
need
that.
certain stickers to beat a boss. Like that's just bad level design, and like, oh, I hated it.
Also, there's like no point in fighting either because you get like no experience.
And you don't want to fight because you lose stickers. It's like I need those things
Yeah.
for a harder fight. So it's like, oh, it was so bad.
It's not an RPG. That's what it's not even a game, you know.
Yeah, even the writing is even like worse because like, Thousand Year Door in the original Paper Mario had good writing and pretty good stories. This one's just like garbage. Like I hate it. Oh, whatever. All right, so
Alright.
new Pokemon for Sun
Yep.
and Moon: Young Goose, Peak Pay, whatever. It's a woodpecker.
Picky Peck,
And
I
Grub,
think.
yeah, and Grubbin.
I believe what's it called? Young Goose is supposed to look like Donald Trump or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've saw like 20 memes at this point about it, but you know, like they look. I like the Picky Peck.
Yeah, I like
you
the
know,
woodpecker. Yeah,
looks pretty good, and then Grubbin's literally just like
it's
like a circle.
It's the Caterpie. It's a bug type that's probably gonna revolve early. You got the normal flying type like in every region, and the normal type that probably gonna be the Rattata of the region. So yeah, basic standard Pokemon you see in the beginning of the game, but they do look nice. I like their designs a lot.
Yeah, they look pretty good.
Yeah, better than a
That's it.
Rattata or something. So
Next thing about Pokemon, we got Pokemon Go. It's supposed to release this year, but the Pokemon Go Plus device, that wristwatch thing, is supposed to come out in July. I believe there are pre-orders already on Amazon, so if you want to get one, I believe there's your chance if it's still up. But I'm still oh god,
good job.
I'm still just waiting for it to come out so I can try it myself. Because like
From what I've seen, it doesn't look that good. To be honest, they showed some gameplay in the treehouse, and the fighting is basically just tap stuff, and it's like, it's not as good as I thought it was gonna be.
I mean, I don't know. I'll just wait and
I mean, I'll try it.
myself.
I'll try and we'll
you know,
say if it's good or not.
It's gonna be free anyway, so.
Yeah, I just hope it's not like pay to win or anything. It's just like, buy like.
Oh
buy
wait,
Pokemon.
players can spend real money on Pokecoins at in-game currency for Pokemon Go. Pokecoins can then be exchanged for power-ups, extra items, and other enhancements.
Nah, never mind.
So yeah, never
Alright.
mind.
So, I mean, I don't
So-
think that I don't know about Miitomo, so I just never bothered with it.
Oh my god, Miitomo died so quickly.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
I haven't played that in a while because it's literally like a worse version of like your favorite social media, so like Twitter or like Facebook or whatever. So yeah, and like it takes forever to load too because since I haven't played it in a while, it's like forever.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how well Nintendo is gonna be doing in the mobile market. We'll see how Pokemon Go does.
They need to make games that'll last a while. You know, something like Clash Royale. You know, like people will come back every day because
But Clash Royale is a
chess or
good
something.
game. Like it is a pretty
Yeah.
good game. So
And then like Miitomo's out. That's not a game. That's like a social media device or whatever. You know.
yeah, so I don't know. We'll see how it does. I don't have too much hope in it, but let's see what happens. So Box Boy is coming out June 30th, and I think you have stuff to say about this one.
Hell yeah, man.
Alright.
Box Boy was a great puzzle platformer, and now that they are making a sequel, I'm pretty excited. This is HAL Laboratories that they are doing this,
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be really good. Some of the puzzles in Box Boy when I was playing it did catch me off guard. I was like, what do I do here? And then you like wait an hour or two, and then you actually do it in like 3 seconds or whatever. But yeah, Box Boy. Not exactly sure what they're gonna do. The sequel promises to add more than 100 new levels with unique challenges and mechanics. So that's something nice to look forward to. And yeah, I just want it to come out. It's gonna be $3. So.
That's pretty nice.
Wait, no, it's gonna be $5.
Okay.
But the original Box Boy is gonna be $3.
All right, maybe I think I have some money on my 3DS account thing. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try it out.
But yeah, it's a good puzzle platformer. Like if you like puzzle platformers, you'll probably like Box Boy. So I'm just happy that they're making a sequel to it. So it's pretty exciting. We got new amiibos. I definitely thought that they were gonna do some new amiibo stuff. So there's Breath of the Wild amiibos. They have the Link amiibo. They have a
Guardian
Link riding an Epona or like horse thing, and then the Guardian.
Thing is huge.
Yeah, we don't know what these are gonna do in game yet, but they look awesome.
Yeah, I would definitely buy these. Like I haven't bought an amiibo in a while, but I'll buy all 3 of these. They look really good.
Yeah, like the attention. I mean, like I just hope that these look just as good when they come out. Because amiibos have looked great, and then when they come out, they look like garbage. So I hope that they look just as good as these. They probably won't, maybe like a little bit worse, but
I hope they don't. I really want them to look like this because they look really cool.
And then they finally announced some new Mario figures for the line. We now have Wario, Waluigi, Daisy, Rosalina, Boo, Donkey Kong, and Diddy Kong, and these will all be available on November 4th. So I'll probably only get the new characters, so like Waluigi, Daisy, and Boo.
Diddy Kong looks cool. I like that Diddy Kong one.
Yeah, that Diddy Kong looks really good because of the barrel and like his expression and everything. But all of the other ones look alright. I mean, like if you don't have a Rosalina, I guess this is your chance finally.
Yeah, but this is still not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same. Like where's Luma?
Yeah.
But, it's still new amiibos and all this other stuff. So I haven't bought amiibos in a while, but we'll just exactly see what happens here.
Alright, so Nintendo released a new IP, new 3DS RPG called Ever Oasis. It's supposed to be like a mix between, I guess, like Animal Crossing, where you could build your own town in the desert, and you can meet new friends and stuff, and put them in and recruit them to do dungeons with them and explore the desert. It looks pretty interesting. I'll probably buy it. That's like my type of game anyway. Like the mix of Animal Crossing and like dungeon crawling and stuff sounds like my jam. So yeah, pretty interesting. I know. I think I like it. I like the art style too. It reminds me of those like sim games for the Wii. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, because of the big eyes and the big heads.
Yeah.
So, will I pick it up? I'm not sure. There's a lot of RPGs on the 3DS already, but I'll see. I'll see when it does finally release and see what other people say, because I'm not exactly a RPG expertise, so I'll see what other people have to say, make my own judgment, then I'll purchase it or not purchase it, So the last thing is Yokai Watch 2 is coming to the West. It was announced to be in Japan, but now it's finally coming out for the West. And there are 2 versions of this game, Bony Spirits and Fleshy Souls.
Wow.
Interesting titles, but me and you have no interest in this series, so
yeah, it's just I'll play Pokemon.
I mean, like the art style is alright, I guess. Like the cats look cool, but other than that, it's kind of just like whatever to me.
The gameplay just looks so bad. It's like you do nothing, or like you just put them there, and like, what the hell is this? I actually heard the anime isn't that bad, which is weird because the Pokemon anime is absolute garbage, but I heard the Yokai one is pretty self-aware. That's like a clone of everything else in the world, so it's pretty cool.
Okay, so I guess that's where we ended off here. There's like nothing else on these notes that we have. So that was E3 2016. It was, I would say, pretty good. It was alright. I mean,
I don't think, obviously nothing's gonna beat last year, right? They announced Shenmue 3, Final Fantasy 7 remake. What else they announced?
Oh wait, what actually happened to Shenmue.
Oh, I don't. Wait, what happened to that game anyway?
I don't even know. But it got funded through Kickstarter or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully that game
Shenmue-
something happens to that.
Shenmue 3. It's supposed to come out next year in December.
Oh,
So
okay.
we'll probably see it next year.
Right, that's
Right. Yeah. I don't know. You know, it was mainly Sony that like stole the show for like everyone because of Spider-Man, Crash Bandicoot, and the Kojima project, Death Stranding. And then obviously some people love the Resident Evil reveal and everything like that. So I think Sony just like stole the show as always.
good. Yeah.
So. Yeah, I think that's all we have to talk about for today. Let's just end it right now
Yeah.
because it's like what, an hour and 20-some minutes. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all we got to talk about. Thank you guys for listening. Once again, we will see you guys 2 weeks from now with the next episode with some regular gaming news and what we've been playing and all that other regular stuff that we do on here. So thank you guys for listening again, and we will see you guys next time. So see ya.
Bye.